You asked this question before about would I have started Facebook without Face Smash. About the only thing that I got from Face Smash was I met my wife because of it. Because Harvard said that they were going to kick me out, and my friends really thought that they were going to kick me out, so they planned this going away party for me, and I actually met my wife at that party.
They didn't even wait for the ad board to decide before they had the going away party? They were so sure?
Yeah, my friends were just completely positive that I was going to get kicked out of school. Actually, not only that, but my family was pretty confident that I was going to either get kicked out or drop out of school too. Before I started college, my little sister bet me that she would finish college before me. And my mom later told me that she always knew I was going to leave college. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom.
So here's my hypothetical question. If you hadn't started Facebook, there would probably be something like Facebook now.
Oh, yeah.
Would it have to have been something that started out as a network for college students? Was that thermal so powerful that the winner would have had to be one of these college things? Or could MySpace have sort of morphed and grown and, become it?
I don't think it had to be a college thing. One of my earliest memories from Facebook was I used to get pizza almost every night with one of my friends who I did my computer science problem sets with. And we used to talk about technology and where we saw the world going. And I remember one of our conversations right after I'd launched Facebook was about how I was really excited to offer this service for our community, but that one day, clearly, someone was going to build this for the world, right? And it hadn't even crossed my mind that maybe we would be the ones to do it. Because from my perspective, it's like, all right, we're just college students. What do we know about building software that hundreds of millions of people will use? Clearly this is going to be something that, Microsoft or Google or Yahoo or someone like that who builds these services that tons of people use is going to do it. And
when was the point when you realized you were going to do it?
I mean, a lot of the early lessons that I took on how to think about strategy came from Peter and Sean. And I did pay a lot of attention when I was growing up to Microsoft. I grew up, using, Windows 3.1 and then Windows 95, and I just thought that those were the most unbelievable things. And
in a sense, they are.
Yeah, they really were awesome, right? Well, I don't know if you meant that positively, but I did. And I thought, building this ecosystem was really neat, and that kind of inspired me, right? In the way that they built a platform, I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe one day, the tools that I'm building can be part of a broader ecosystem as well. And I think that had kind of gotten lost from the Valley by the time that I got around to setting up Facebook as a company. I mean, Google and Apple to that point hadn't really created platforms. They then went on to create much better platforms than anything that was created on desktop with their mobile operating systems. But that was pretty influential for me.
So was that idea of one day making Facebook into a platform sort of implicit all along? Was it always something you were mulling over? Or was it something that occurred to you after you had all these people, talking to one another?
Yeah, and I actually think that that's true for a lot of the best ideas. Where it is that it's not that someone else can't do it, they actually can, and the odds are stacked against you. But I think often that belief in the fact that you just care so much about what you're doing is the only thing that kind of drives you to do it. And, to be honest, that kind of drives me to this day. I mean, one of the big emphasis points for the company right now is internet.org. And, for a while we had this rallying cry of, can we connect 1 billion people? And, when we started talking about that, we thought that was crazy, right? It was way bigger than any service in the world that had been built. And, it was 10 digits long, right? It's like it felt crazy. We'd never get to that. But then the thing is, as we started to actually get closer to that, we took a step back and we're like, all right, well, our mission isn't actually to get 1 in 7 people in the world to be connected. It's we want to connect everyone. So it's a big issue that only around 1/3 of the people in the world have access to the internet. And that's something that we think that we can do something about. And similar to early Facebook, there's no business model around this. I mean, all the people who have all the money in the world, I mean, it's not necessarily a fair thing, are already the people who are on Facebook, right? It's in the first, 7th of the world. But we just believe really strongly. It's like, this is what we are here to do. This is what our company cares about. I care about it. The team cares about it. Our culture cares about it. So we're just going to keep pushing on it. And I actually think a lot of the reason why great stuff gets built is because it's kind of irrational at the time. But so it kind of selects for the people who care the most about it doing it.